What's going on, everyone? Exciting topic today. We are talking about how Max Verstappen was boycotting the Sky Sports media team after some comments that one of the commentators, Ted Kravitz, made about the 2021 championship, which was obviously hotly contested between the paddock, the drivers, the media. Everyone who's an F1 fan and watched that season has an opinion on it. So first off, I want to hear from you guys in the comments. Did you guys know Max Verstappen was boycotting this? After I list the reasons about what each party has said about this, do you think it's fair? Should he have boycotted it? Do drivers even have a responsibility to talk to the media in the first place? So first, we're going to dive into what Ted Kravitz said that made Verstappen and the whole Red Bull team pretty angry. And then we're going to talk about Max's and the team's response to the whole situation and go from there. So let's talk about Ted Kravitz and what he said on the Sky Sports media platforms. We all know 2021 was such a hotly contested race. I mean, that was my first season watching F1, and I can't think of a better season to start on. I mean, how exciting was that? It literally came down to the last race. Both teams were tied on points, just unreal. So these comments were made by Ted Kravitz at the Austin Grand Prix here in Texas in the United States. And here's what he was saying. And this, of course, is talking about the Austin Grand Prix. Here's his first quote. Hamilton doesn't win a race all year and then finally comes back at a track where he could win for the first race all year, battling the same guy who won the race he was robbed in the previous year, and manages to finish ahead of him. What a script and a story that would have been. But that's not the way the script turned out today, was it? So then Kravitz would further insinuate that the only reason Verstappen beat Hamilton was pretty much because of Adrian Newey. He goes on to say, because the guy that beat him after being robbed actually overtook him, because he's got a quicker car, because of engineering in Formula One and design, and pretty much because of, insinuates Adrian Newey over there. Here, I think, is where most of the damage is done between the reputation of Sky Sports, mostly Ted Kravitz, and Red Bull, is because he goes on to say, Verstappen is around the Austin paddock. He seems very happy with himself. He doesn't seem to be a driver capable of winning a championship in a normal way, meaning there would have to be some interference, something shady or dirty would have to go on in order for Max to win the title. So that's what he said. Now, of course, as I said, everyone has an opinion about the 2021 championship. Should Verstappen have won it? Should he not have won it? You know, does Lewis have the right, or should he have the right to, have a challenge and get that title back? Really, who knows? But anything or any opinion I would give would just be met with tons of comments about the other side of it, because people are either diehard Verstappen fans or diehard Hamilton fans. Although on a side note, I definitely believe that the championship should have gone to Lewis, but oh well. So now let's get into what Max Verstappen and kind of Red Bull as a whole, their organization, has been saying about this debacle, if you will. So here's some of Max Verstappen's comments. First, he says, this year's been a consistent, kind of like daily being disrespectful, especially one particular person, and it's enough. I don't accept it. You can't live in the past. You have to just move on. Social media is a very toxic place, and if you consistently being around that, like that on live TV, you make it only worse instead of trying to make it better. You keep disrespecting me, and at one point, I'm not tolerating it anymore. That's why I've decided to stop answering them. So obviously Max Verstappen, isn't having it. He shouldn't have to put up with these sort of questions, if he doesn't want to. People can look at that however they want. Some people really didn't like him for not participating in Drive to Survive, as he said that just kind of brings unnecessary drama to the sport. I'm sure some people will look at this saying, oh, look, he doesn't want to answer questions from Sky Sports or the F1 media, so, they'll judge him for that. But, at the end of the day, he's just a driver. If he doesn't want to answer anything, he doesn't have to. Some people feel like drivers should have to answer questions from the media. Some really don't care. I do think that it'd be nice if F1 made press interviews with drivers and team principals more available to everyone, and made them part of the weekend. I think one, they just get more viewership and people get to know the drivers more and know more about the weekend. I think that would only do good stuff for the sport. So now let's take a look at Red Bull and Christian Horner and what he said about the whole thing. He said, "I think the accusation of a championship being robbed is something that we don't feel is an impartial commentary," said Horner. "That is, we don't feel in a way fair or balanced. Max is very upset about it, and as a team, we support him fully. We were equally upset about it. As a team, we took the decision this weekend. I took the decision that we'll have a weekend off." So as you see from Christian's comments, that's not a permanent thing. It was only for the Mexican Grand Prix weekend. And they were, putting a line in the sand of, look, we're not going to tolerate this, which I don't think it's fair to say that people at Sky Sports or any organization can't say how they feel about a certain topic. The drivers could not like it. The media personalities cannot like it, but you're going to you're not going to participate if anyone in a certain news organization doesn't feel the same way you do, especially about such a contested issue. I mean, come on, that's the whole point, to bring up different things. And yeah, obviously he's being very biased. And obviously you want news people, newscasters, whatever the deal is, to, when like announcing an F1 race, you just want to hear about the race and that sort of thing. I'm not exactly sure the segment that Kravitz was talking about this on, whether it was like a formal sit-down interview where he was just kind of going off the cuff, off the top of his head, saying stuff that, maybe he shouldn't have, maybe he should have. But either way, Red Bull is back, and Max Verstappen and Christian Horner are back talking to Sky Sports and F1 Media. So it seems for now that the drama is resolved, but who knows? This could maybe turn into a bigger thing. I don't think it will. I would like Verstappen to keep talking to, Sky Sports, and I want the people at Sky Sports to, bring up every side and keep talking about any of the F1 issues going around and not feel like they can't say certain things. So it's a tough one. I'd love to know where you all line up on it. If you're still watching, it would mean the world if you subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to grow a little F1 community here, but I appreciate you watching, and catch you next time.